and it's super fun. I love a slide, and if you combine a slide with mud, I'm f***ing on board every time.
We'll have more on that lively discussion in just a moment. From Asia News Weekly, you're listening to Asia Now, a collection of stories and interviews from the Asia-Pacific region. You can download all of our shows via iTunes, Stitcher, or TuneIn Radio, and if you enjoy this episode, please share it with your friends and subscribe so you won't miss the next one. It's one of the most popular festivals in South Korea, and reminiscent of an American spring break is the Boryeong Mud Festival, the country's ticket to lure in foreign tourists, or another accident waiting to happen. It's taking place in Asia now. Welcome everyone to Asia Now. I'm Steve Miller. Over the past 17 years, a sleepy stretch of beach outside the city of Daejeon, South Korea, which is located about 100 miles south of Seoul, has been home to one of the country's biggest parties. According to the Korea Tourism Organization website, of the numerous festivals in Korea, the Boryeong Mud Festival probably attracts the largest number of international visitors. During the festival period, tourists flock to the area to experience the beneficial properties of the Boryeong mud, and also to have lots of fun. Fully immersed in both the mud and the festival's great atmosphere, visitors enjoy mud wrestling, mud slinging, and even swimming in the mud megatub. In the evening, music and fireworks continue the party on the beach. If that description sounds just like a typical week at an American spring break venue, you really aren't that far off. What was once a festival extolling the purported health virtues of the local mud, the event has turned into an internationally recognized festival. William Cho, a tour group organizer and owner of When in Korea, had these thoughts on what has made the festival grow in popularity.
It is a great beach party. You have all the elements. You have a great beach, a gigantic beach. It's huge, right? It's one of the biggest beaches in Korea. It's very long, and it's got sand, and it's very nice. So you got the nice beach, and that's the beginning. But then you have the events, you have these awesome fireworks at night. You know, that's not easy to put together. So you got the awesome fireworks, you got live K-pop music, and then you have this really fun mud event. It's really the perfect, beach event.
And a beach party is really what it is. A large stage sits on the beach where countless performers entertain crowds during the week-long festival, fireworks illuminate the night sky, and even the Korean Black Eagles aerobatic flying team puts on a show. The bulk of the activities take place inside the festival's Mud Plaza, a cordoned-off zone with inflatable tubs where participants would enter and play team-oriented games. And if your group loses, you're then doused with the mud. Throughout the plaza, the beach, and other areas in town are large tubs filled with the watery Boryeong mud. Guests line up to slap mud on one another with their hands or the provided paintbrushes. Ashley shared her enthusiastic thoughts about the festival.
It's like you're being covered in f***ing mud. And it's super fun. I love a slide, and if you combine a slide with mud, I'm f***ing on board every time.
It all sounds like great fun, and if you take a quick look around, you will see thousands of people day in and day out enjoying themselves. However, given Korea's history of lackadaisical safety oversight, when at the festival, it's easy to spot several potential problems that aren't being addressed. For example, the Mud Plaza sits atop hardened bricks. Participants walk and sometimes run over the wet and slippery surfaces with no protection should they fall. It's a problem that could be easily remedied if the organizers either move the event to the sandy beach nearby or replace the tiles with spongy material. The mud itself also represents a problem. Organizers tout its health benefits, but the goop is laced with various minerals and fecal material. It's been known to cause dermatitis palastrae limosae, a type of skin inflammation. In 2009, 200 festival participants were sent to a local hospital. As I mentioned before, if you lose a game, you are doused with mud, and in some cases, participants have mud thrown in their face. With slippery surfaces and mud known to cause problems, you'd think there'd be adequate medical attention on site, but you'd be wrong. Only a handful of volunteers equipped with irrigation syringes and bandages and antibacterial spray are present. Granted, these are usually sufficient for most injuries, but while at the designated area, I saw one person arrive with such a significant amount of mud in their eyes, the irrigation on scene was inadequate to remove the mud and bacteria. This individual had to arrange her own transportation to a hospital, an hour away. A young man also arrived with a laceration on his head. The attendants could do nothing more than place a bandage on it, while it continued to gush blood. Finally, while most of the festival's activities take place on the shore, this is in fact a beach festival. Organizers have several water activities available, and in the future, that could pose a problem. For great whites, short-fin makos, hammerheads, copper sharks, and whale sharks now regularly appear in coastal waters during the summer months. Everyone likes to have a great time, and the beach is the perfect place to have it. However, as the popularity of this festival continues to grow, safety measures should also be expanded to ensure enjoyment for everyone. What are your thoughts on this festival? Have you attended the Boryeong Mud Festival? And is it something that you would actually recommend to others? Are the safety measures in place enough? Please let us know in the comments on Facebook or Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening today. For Asia Now, I'm Steve Miller. Asia Now is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives 4.0 International License.